All right, you guys, let's make Ethiopian bayonet. So here I have some beets, tomatoes, onions, carrots, zucchini, jasmine rice, which I'm going to make into turmeric rice. I have brown or ticker mizir, which is lentils. So I have two types of lentils, bertukan and ticker, orange and brown or black, if you will. Then I have some cabbage and some fresh green beans. Also, we're gonna I already got an injera. So what we're going to do is cook everything separately except for the green beans, cabbage, and I'm gonna chop up the zucchini to put in there. Then we're going to stir fry the beets, and we're going to also put the carrots and the cabbage as well. So we're going to have cabbage, green beans, and zucchini. And then in our rice, we're going to have our onions and tomatoes. And then this is just going to be plain with some seasonings in there when I show you when we get to that step. So yes, let's go ahead and get started, y'all. Chopped up the beets, the tomatoes, the onions, the zucchini, the carrots. And now we're about to add them in our cabbage and green beans. I already got it to boil. Just gonna dump our carrots in there. Carrots, fresh green beans, and cabbage. Then I'm going to add some basil, thyme, oregano, sage, my favorite seasonings, some black pepper, and some sea salt from the Red Sea. Some black pepper. Then this is like an Italian seasoning blend, like the basil, thyme, oregano, sage, rosemary. I'm gonna let that come to a boil. We are going to stir fry our beets. Put the rest of these in there. Then we're going to go ahead and put our rice in there with both of our lentils. Excuse this, Egypt is playing with it. I told her to stop. But yes, let's go ahead and start cooking. And I didn't put any oil on it. Well, just a little bit, but not really, because this is already have a lot of moisture to it. And I really just wanted to just heat it up, not really cook it. Alright, so I put the seasoning in there. I love me some Italian seasoning. I mean, I know it's called Italian seasoning, but I love me some herb. These are herbs: thyme, basil, sage, rosemary. That's herbs. You could just make a tea out of that and be well for the day. So implementing that in your foods. Look at this. Look at the color. I could just eat this by itself. And you can eat all this really raw in a salad if you wanted to. You can eat all this as a salad, raw. But we're cooking ours today. Let's check on our little beets. Really, I think you can eat beets raw. I have to look that up. Can you eat beets raw? I'm not sure about beets because I really don't eat beets. But this is just what it has. Okay, you all. Stir frying the beets really didn't come out well for me, and I really don't like the taste, so I'm just gonna just boil it. So I'm going to boil it. I didn't cut up all of the beets. I just cut up a little bit because, like I said, this is a bayonet. It's not gonna be like a full course meal. Well, obviously, it's gonna be a full meal within itself, but you don't want to have too much of something than the other. Which this is a lot. Like I just said, you don't want to have too much, but actually I'm going to be having this with something else later, or by itself actually. So I have just 10-ish, a little rice. So I have little rice, and with the lentils and stuff like that, just a little bit of samples. It's like a bayonet is like samples of each food that's in Ethiopia, if you will. A bayonet is simply like a little samples of each traditional foods here. Um, so, and with this, I put it all together. This is just looking so nice. Like, oh my goodness, like, so yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just cut up some more. Maybe give this to Egypt and see if she'll eat it. Like, I ate it. Nothing. To be honest, I really don't care for beets. I'm just doing this for the simple fact that it is a part of the bayonet. Every time I go get a bayonet, there's beets in it, like from a traditional restaurant. So we're just gonna put these onions and tomatoes in the rice once it's finished cooking, and then cook the lentils by itself. Okay, so now I am making the rice, and I'm going to add turmeric. This is going to be turmeric rice. Then I'm going to add the tomatoes, onions, and also I'm going to add a little bit of chickpea flour to it. I mean, not chickpea flour, excuse me. Chickpea powder, which is called churro, which I was going to include in the bayonet, but I already have a lot going on, so we're going to make churro another time. I'm just going to put the powder in there. All right, so churro powder looks like this. It's just blended up chickpeas with a little bit of actually it doesn't have any seasonings in it. So I'm just put a little bit of that, some turmeric, and I'm adding this when the rice is like almost done. Okay. All right, our rice is almost finished. I'm just going to add onions and tomatoes to it. I love turmeric rice, y'all. I do not like plain rice. I don't eat plain rice at all. I have to have seasonings in it. I have to have the chickpea flour, churro, seasonings, all of that. So we're gonna add a little bit of salt, Italian seasoning, and that's about it since we already added our turmeric and our chickpea. I would literally add Italian seasoning to anything. Like, all right, we're checking on our greens, our cabbage, and it smells so good. Look at that green bean right there. I know Egypt would love this. Egypt is gonna love this. This one. All right, this is how the rice, the turmeric rice with chickpea flours turned out to be. Look at that. That's how the greens came out. With the cabbage, green beans, zucchini, and carrots. This is how that came out. Now we're still cooking the lentils, and I put some of the since the cabbage was already done, I put the water that was in the cabbage in here, so that's why it's looking like that. So yeah, these are almost done, and this cooks so quick. This type of lentils, the brown, the orange bertucan lentils, they cook really, really, really quick. So this is the last thing that I'm going to cook. And then we're going to set up our injera and taste our bayonet. This is my first time making a bayonet. Not my first time making all of the food, but having it all at once. So this is something new for me as well. Look at that. They're almost done. All right, you guys. So I decided to boil the beets because I tasted it and I didn't really like the way it tastes. And this is the correct way of making beets, is boiling them, not really stir frying. I mean, obviously you can stir fry it if you want to, but here they boil it, and it's like this consistency, not like a stir fry. So let's check on. Let's check on these. This is the other lentils that I'm cooking. They're not done yet. Oh, it's smoke. Let's see. There you go. It's the same pan. So same. Rice, onions, and tomatoes with turmeric and churro. So I put churro powder in there as well. And also I put some mustard in there because I like mustard in my turmeric rice. So try that. Definitely try that. Putting a little mustard in there. Then here is our cabbage, green beans, carrots, and zucchini. And this is one type of lentils. This is the brown lentils. And then that green part is just leftover cabbage because I did put the water to make these lentils in the lentils. So that's why it has a little greens in there. Then these are the beets. I did stir fry it at first, but it's best recommended to boil them. And this is the other lentils. So that's why it's not in the little container because it's just little. I just went ahead and put it on the injera. Now the injera doesn't really look that good because of Egypt. She, tore a little piece off before I could put everything on there. So now let's put everything on our injera and dig in. This is my little bayonet. My little bayonet. My little broke injera. Oh my gosh. All right, y'all. So, the rice, the lentils, and I showed y'all like how I set it up. So now we're just eating it. It's good, it's good, it's good. So we always eat, well, I was taught that you always eat with your right hand and you pick up everything that's in the middle. So you start on the edge and pick up your food, like if you want to, like this. Eat it. Okay, I haven't tried these lentils in a while, but these lentils, the black ones, I always make. So I kind of like how these came out because these is like more softer, and then the brown ones is like a little bit more harder. I'm gonna sip another and dinner. So let's get into this cabbage. Okay. I like this combination that I did, like the carrots, the zucchini, and the zucchini like kind of broke all in there. It didn't really stay like half. The zucchini, carrots, and cabbage. Mm. For some reason, the carrots always make it sweeter. Cause I put carrots and the what did I make the other day? And the chickpea pasta that I made, and the carrots made it sweet, like a sweet, salty type. And I wasn't always a carrot fan, like at all. What are you doing? Making a mess. That's why I got this theme right here. Make a mess right here, all on this. I'm gonna put it on the nail. Yeah, but the turmeric rice though, the turmeric chickpea rice, I gotta try that. And it's just, and if you don't have like, obviously if you're not in Ethiopia, you can't really like get churro like that. I think they sell it other like different international stores and stuff. I'm not sure, but if you just
grind up the chickpea beans and stuff, and put a little seasoning in there. That's basically what they did. So, oh, I didn't even taste the beets yet. Everything else is good, but let's taste the beets. Mmm, the beets are sweet. It's sweet. It's a sweet flavor. Now I don't really care for beets. I don't buy beets, but you know, to get extra vegetables in, extra veggies in, you know, every now and then I'll do it. Hey, here, and actually, now that I like have boiled it, with it being stir fried, like I boiled some of the ones that were stir fried, and I boiled it, and the taste is better, more sweeter, more fuller instead of like a burnt type of taste. So if you're doing beets, I don't even know how people be eating beets. What do people eat beets with? I don't even know. Cause I never like had it in the States. I would never buy beets. I never bought beets. Here's the first time I ever bought beets. So whatever I'm doing, it's gonna be real short because somebody is messing up the just messing over the food. So I've tasted everything on here. Usually they have a little bit more of extra stuff on here, but obviously since it's just me and I don't want to waste food and stuff. But usually if I do cook a lot of food, I give it to the less fortunate, you know, people that you know are on the streets and stuff like that. The kids, the children that be asking and stuff for food. I just go ahead and give it to them if I overcook. And then like in the near future, we are creating something to where we can feed, like how I was. If you look at my previous videos, we was going around cooking, actually cooking for the less fortunate. We're going to be doing that here as well. Once we get everything situated and plans and the people eat. So once we get everything planned accordingly and organized, we will be planning on creating a plethora of things here for the community, especially of involving food, because that's really like most like people here, they're really just needing like shelter and food. So we're gonna provide that for the people that are gonna eat. I came in the last video, but yeah, this is gonna be cut short. But all in all, it was good. Try it. Now I didn't make the injera. They make the injera. The local Ethiopians. I got it from a shop, and I've been seeing videos on how they make it, and actually, it's easy to make. Now the setting of it, like the fermentation of it, I didn't see that part. I was seeing them pouring it on the pan, rolling it around so it can be round, and putting some on top of it so it can steam and cook. That's the only part I seen. But yeah, this right here, when I get injera, or if I go out, or to a restaurant or whatever, I will order the tegabino. Now that is just the chickpeas cooked a little bit longer and it's thick. Now chickpea powder that I show y'all, is that, but they cook it longer to make it really thick. And it's like not like a rice form. It's kind of like this, but like thicker. Kind of like the lentils, but a little bit thicker. I love that. Anytime that I go, cause I haven't like been able to master it um as of yet, but um I will. So yeah, you guys, this is the bayonet, Yetsom bayonet. That means fastening bayonet. They have different types of bayonet with different types of vegetables, meats, and all of that. Different. This is a Yetsom bayonet that I've created.